Okay. So look here, yesterday we found out the electric field relation between electric field intensity and potential, and what we came up with is a result that del V by del X is equal to Ex. Of course, there's a minus sign here. That means when you go in the direction of electric field intensity, the potential decreases. Okay, the potential decreases. That is why the negative sign is there. That's the meaning of negative sign. Okay. So that happens on the y-axis as well, z-axis as well. Also, one more thing, these three formulas, if you know, you'll be able to find out if I give you a potential in terms of x and y, in variables of x and y, you can simply derive it and you can get electric field intensity. The best thing about it is when you are trying to solve this equation, what this is basically del v by del x, which simply means that you're treating y and z as constants. So basically derivation, if you try to derive y, okay, with respect to x, you're going to get 0. That's all I have to say. We'll start with some numericals so that you'll understand this better. Okay, let's consider the let's look. Yeah. I'm trying to. I'll add them. See my in the waiting room. Yeah. So yeah, the question says the electric potential V. Okay, listen to me. The electric potential V is at any point. Okay, x, y, z is given by V is equal to 4x square. Okay, the question says that there is a potential which is given by 4x square. Okay, and it can be at any point of the coordinate system, that is x, y, and z, and we can see in which coordinate it is. Okay, what we have to do is just find out the electric field intensity E at certain coordinates, and that coordinates are 1 meter, okay, 1 meter, 0 and 2 meters. Okay, 1 meter, 0 and 2 meters. Just find out. Yeah, I can you repeat what you're saying? Okay, can you repeat what you're saying? Okay, you all are able to hear me now? Give me a response.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. There's someone who's trying to speak. Anyways, if I'm not able to hear you, just give me a chat. Okay, just reply on the chat. Fine. Okay, I'm telling you that there's a potential which is given by 4x square. We have to find out the electric field intensity at 1 meter, 0 and 2 meters. Okay, this is the thing. So I told you yesterday, and just now we just saw the formulas that minus dv by del v by del x is equal to what? E electric field intensity at the point of x. Similarly, minus dv by dy is going to be Ey, and you can similarly imagine what it is for the z coordinate, that is minus dv by dz. I don't think that is visible. Okay, so we'll do that later. So first we'll just see what we have. V is equal to 4x square. So tell me immediately, what is the derivation of 4x square with respect to x? What's it going to be?
8x.
8x, right? 8x. But what 8x? Yeah, it is 8x, but who will tell me this?
Minus 8x. Minus.
Yeah, that is important. Minus 8x. And minus 8x at what? At x is equal to what? Tell me the value of x now. 1. Why 1? Why 1? Because I'm trying to find out the electric field intensity at the point of 1 meter, which is x-axis. Okay, so I will write here at 1. How much is that going to be? Minus 8 volts. No, yeah, volt per watt. You're not telling me the units. It's volt per watt. Look here, dv by dx. What is x? Distance. What is v? Volt. Volt per distance. Volt per meter, no?
Yes, sir.
Be vigilant in terms of units. What's it going to be for dv by dy? Don't let me solve it. Tell me fast. What is it going to be?
0.
What is
0.
0.
Okay. Yeah. So del v by del y, we have 4x square. Anything you differentiate x with respect to any other variable, it's going to be 0. Okay. So I'll write. And what is it going to be for z? Okay. Similarly, what is it going to be for z? Minus dv by dz will be what?
0.
Dz also will be 0. So if I have told you to find out the electric, if I have told you to find out the electric field intensity at all these coordinates, and I'm giving you a potential of 4x square, it's basically only going to be at x-axis. And if you see over here, it is minus 8 volts per meter. Okay, it's minus 8 volts per meter. So electric field intensity, okay, at x-axis on 1 meter, at x is equal to 1 meter, the voltage or the potential is going to drop, okay, by minus 8 volt per meter. It's going to drop by minus 8 volt per meter. That is something you have to understand. This is just a concept which is simply telling you that when there is an electric field intensity, there's an electric field somewhat like this. There is electric field like this, and you're walking along the line of this electric field in this direction. E is in this direction. You're walking along this direction. The potential at this point V is going to drop to a variable, is going to drop, okay, is going to drop with respect to some variable. That variable can be x, y, or z. Okay, is that clear? Okay, small things, concepts, small visualizations you can keep in mind, so that helps. Okay, next question. V is equal to x square plus y. I'm telling you that the potential is given by V is equal to x square plus y. I want to know the electric field intensity at the coordinate system 2, 3. Tell me first, what is the formula? That is minus del V by what? Del x equals to ex. So that is going to be what? Tell me, x square plus y, differentiate it with respect to x. What are you going to get?
2x.
What are you going to get?
So 2x.
2x, wrong again. Minus 2x. Come on, you have to tell me the right thing. Minus 2x. At what? At what? At what?
2 cell.
At
Minus
2.
4 volts per meter.
4
Yeah,
volts.
minus 4, right, at 2. That's right. See, minus 4 volts per meter. See, it is important. It's not a joke. Okay, I'm not bothered with the answer. I'm not bothered with minus 4. Okay, what I'm bothered with, by how many volts per meter is it dropping. See, when I'm asking you the potential, try to be specific. Okay, being specific will actually increase your view in terms of in terms of your knowledge. It will tell you your knowledge. Because minus 4 is basically what? Calculation. Everyone knows derivation is 2x. Everyone knows. What matters is volts per meter. Okay, what matters is volts per meter. What is it going to be with respect to y then? Okay, you found out that ex is what? Ex is what? Minus 4
That's 4
volts per
volts
meter.
per meter.
But I'm telling you to find out at coordinates 3 also, no? So tell me, what is the formula? Minus dv by dy is equal to ey, which is equal to what? Differentiated with respect to y. What is it going to be? What is it going to
1.
be? What, again,
1.
minus
1.
1.
Minus 1.
Minus 1, right? Okay. So how can I write this together? Ex and ey on the coordinate system. Can I write it as E equals to, can I write it as E equals to minus 4 I cap minus 1 j cap? Can I write it like this?
Yes, sir.
Like volts per meter. Okay, so this is the electric field intensity, okay, at these coordinates, at this point. So if you see, electric field intensity is basically decreasing by this variable. It's decreasing on the x and y axis by this factor. And so when you have potential in this format, electric field intensity at any 2 points is going to drop by this format. Okay, that is something for you to know. Now I've explained the relationship between electric potential, okay, electric field intensity and potential. I have explained it twice. Once I derived it where I have asked you the derivation, that is VA minus VB is going to be equal to minus integration of E dot dr. Okay, here what I has to do, I has to give you electric field intensity, I has to ask you what is potential. Okay, second derivation I told you is dV by dx is going to be equal to E of x. Here I has to give you potential and used to tell me what is electric field intensity. Right, But these two cases, no, these two cases are basically electric field intensity which are in uniform condition. Okay, where Ex is uniform. See, you're understanding, no? Ex, Ey, Ez is basically what? It is the direction of electric field intensity at x-axis, okay, at y-axis or at z-axis. Okay, these things. So what I'm right now telling you is these formulas are basically you try to find out. They were very easy, but what you have to know is that you are trying to find out electric field intensity either at x-axis, either at y-axis, or either at z-axis, and that is simply a uniform electric field. Okay, let's try to derive electric field intensity for a uniform electric field lines itself, but let's say it's at a certain angle theta. So I'll just write here relation between, just for those who are I think joining in new, or maybe relation between, okay, electric field E and potential. Okay, potential V. Right. So if my electric field intensity, if my electric field lines are somewhere in this direction, E, and my displacement is exactly on the x-axis direction, then what is going to be the result? I'm going to have some certain angle theta. Am I right? And so I can say that, okay, I can say that dV, okay, is equal to minus Ex of dr. Okay, just now I had said the minus dy by dr is equal to Ex. I just took dr over there. Okay, here I am taking dr because I'm considering the displacement to be dr, otherwise it is simply dx. Okay, so now if I open, and of course this is a vector product and this is a vector product, and so what is going to be the if I open up the dot product, what is it going to be? It is going to be minus Ex dr what? Cos theta. Am I right? Did you all understand
Yes, sir.
this? Yeah. So now what is going to be E cos theta equal to? What is going to be E cos? I can write E in terms of cos theta. So I can, if I just rub this, okay, this is very easy to imagine, so I won't draw that. I can simply write this equation as, what I can write it as? I can write it as E cos theta equals to minus dV by dr. E cos theta equals to minus dV by dr. This is an important, this is one important formula, and there are cases on this. So let's do some small cases. By this you will understand many things. Okay, E cos theta is a component of what? E cos theta is basically, okay, this is theta. E cos theta is basically the component of electric field lines at what? At dr. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
At dr. So if I say that E cos theta is in the direction of dr only, let's say E cos theta is going towards dr only, not at an angle theta. Let's consider theta to be 0. If I put theta is equal to 0, what I'm going to get electric field as? Is it going to be positive? Yes or no? Cos 0
Yes,
is
sir.
what? 1. Electric field intensity will be what? 1. E. So E is equal to minus dV by dr. That is what we will get. So E cos theta is maximum, will give you the maximum value. Okay, it will give you the maximum value at theta equal to 0. At theta equal to 0. That means what? That means if I eliminate cos theta by putting 0 as theta, okay, the difference in potential, the rate of change of potential will be dropped by a maximum amount. Am I right? So can you understand what I'm saying? So if this is E, okay, so if this theta is 0, electric field lines are now in the direction of x-axis. Basically what is going to happen is you're going to get the maximum value of electric field, and if you have the maximum value of electric field, that means the rate of change of potential with respect to distance is also going to be maximum. Okay, so always remember electric field line whenever it is in the direction of the displacement, okay, then the potential decreases at the maximum rate. It decreases at the maximum rate. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, second case. Second case is simply, okay, these are small cases. You all will understand. You all are intelligent students, so I know it. So let's consider the E cos theta again. E cos theta is equal to minus dV by dr. And I tell you that theta is equal to 0 to pi by 2. Okay. I'm giving you a case where it is between 0 to pi by 2. That means I'm saying dr is here. And it can increase like this. Electric field is like this, or maybe somewhere like this till pi by 2. Okay, at theta equal to pi by 2. So if electric field intensity, okay, has an angle theta which is between 0 to pi by 2, it is the same thing, almost the same thing, that E cos theta, you will have that the potential is going to decrease. You're going to have positive values of electric field intensity and potential is going to decrease. Potential will decrease. But how? If I tell you that the theta angle becomes obtuse. What if I tell you the theta angle becomes obtuse? Let's say it is greater than pi by 2. What are you going to get values of this? What will be the values of cos theta in the second quadrant? Will it be positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative.
So if you get a negative value of E, then the rate of potential will increase as electric field intensity decreases. You understood this? As electric field lines, okay, go in, suppose if I'm going in this direction, the rate of change of potential increases in this direction, opposite direction. Is this clear? Okay, therefore in the direction perpendicular, okay, yeah. Third case, let's do a third case. Let's say theta is exactly pi by 2. This is important. Theta is pi by 2. What is cos pi by 2?
0.
0. That means
0.
minus dV by dr is 0. Am I right? Minus dV by dr becomes 0. So, if I am moving, understand this, if I am moving perpendicular or at theta equal to pi by 2, that means perpendicular to the electric field lines. If he is like this and I am moving like this, then the rate of change of potential is basically going to be 0. And this is basically the concept of equipotential surfaces. This is the concept of equipotential surfaces. You understood this? We will come to equipotential surfaces very fast. But let's do some small amount of sums. A little bit here and there helps. Okay. Let's say there's a uniform electric field. Listen to me. There's a uniform electric field. It is pointing in positive x-axis direction. Okay. And let A be the origin, B be the point on x-axis at x is equal to 1 centimeter. See, let's say that there is an electric field like this. It is pointing in which direction? X direction. Let's say it is X direction. Okay, not okay. I can. Doesn't matter. Okay, I'm saying this is the electric field at pointing towards X direction, and I'm saying let A be at the origin. A be at the origin, and I'm saying that B be a point. B is a point on x-axis. On x is equal to, let's say, 1 centimeter. Okay, B is at a point at x is equal to 1 centimeter. C is also a point. C but is on the y-axis. C is on y-axis at y is equal to 1 centimeter. So okay, so let's just draw this. Okay, I know that it's going to be little. So I'm just saying that the question is simple. Question is there is a coordinate system. in this coordinate system, the electric field is pointing in the x-axis direction. So I will write it here. Okay, and I'm saying there is a point here, that is A. There is a point here, B, which is at a distance of how much? 1 centimeter. And there is a point C over here, which is again at the distance of 1 centimeter. Okay. Tell me one thing. Whose potential is going to be greater than whose? Can you tell me? At which point the potential is the maximum, and at which point the potential will be the minimum or constant?
Sir, at A, it is maximum.
Minimum at C and maximum at B.
Okay. Any other answers? Some are saying C is minimum and maximum is B. Okay. Anyone else? See, my question is what? My question is, looking at this diagram, there are 3 points. Okay. There are 3 points. And I'm saying, yeah.
So it will be minimum at B now because it is in the direction of electric field.
Okay. Okay. And any other answers? So someone told me B is minimum. Any other answers? No other answers. Okay. So it's simple. See, look here. Just now we derived the equation. I told you that this simple thing, okay, these simple things now will help you to solve many things. Okay. It is minus dv by dr equal to EX. Same thing goes for y, same thing goes for z. If I move in the direction of x-axis, I say electric field is in the direction of x-axis. What this simply is telling you, if you are moving in the direction of x-axis, what is going to happen to the potential? It is going to what? It's going to decrease, no? It's going to decrease. So someone told me that B is minimum. Yes, you're right. As I am moving along the x-axis direction, potential in the x-axis direction towards x-axis is going to drop because electric field lines are towards the x-axis direction. As I am walking towards the x-axis in the positive direction, because electric field is basically pointing where? To the positive x-axis direction. If I am going towards the positive, knowing the fact that electric field lines are towards the positive x-axis, then I can say that along the x-axis in the positive direction, potential will drop by minus dv by dr, and so I can say B is minimum. Okay, B is minimum. Now let's talk about C. What is C? What is C going to be? Is C going to be minimum, maximum, what? No answers. Anyone can answer. No problem. But is my audio stuck or what? Everyone can listen to me? Yeah, there are people giving a chat. Yeah, minimum at C. Someone says maximum at B. C will be constant. All are giving me chats. Okay, right. Great. It's difficult to see chats, guys, when I'm trying to teach on the board. Okay, see ya. Look here. I told you just now we derived that E cos theta is what? Minus dV by dr. If cos theta is pi by 2, E is what? E becomes 0. That is minus dV by dr. So if the angle between the electric field and my displacement is going to be pi by 2. Look here. Electric field is in which direction? X-axis direction. I am asking you to find out the potential at C. Potential at C is perpendicular to x-axis direction. So is the rate of change of potential going to be 0? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So now listen to me. There are many people who think if the rate of change of potential is 0, that means the potential is 0. No. Okay. Listen to me. You need to understand this concept that dV by dr is equal to 0 simply means, okay, you of course minus, you can Remove that out. Simply means the rate of change of potential. That means that there won't be a difference between a point at A and there won't be a difference at point at C. The potential at both the points is going to be constant. The potential at both the points is going to be constant. So ultimately, what is the answer? What is the answer? That potential at A is greater than potential at B. B is minimum. Potential at B will be minimum. Potential at A will be maximum. Potential at C will be equal to potential at A, because rate of change of potential between them is what? Constant. Is there
Yes,
anyone
sir.
having, yeah, is there anyone having a doubt in this? Any doubt? No doubt.
No, sir.
Okay, so now let's find out. Okay, electric potential of a solid sphere. Everyone gets scared from this. Electric potential. Not everyone. Electric potential due to a solid sphere. Okay, so let's take, I just wrote that. I'll just remove it because hardly there's any space. But let's say there's a sphere. And I'm saying that this sphere is having a charge of capital Q and a radius of R. Capital Q and a radius of R. And I'm saying that there is a point P on which I want to find out the electric potential, and this P is at a certain distance R. Is at a certain distance of R. Okay. So now tell me what is the formula for, I want to find out. Okay, first of all, listen to me. This is a solid sphere. It is not a hollow sphere. It's a solid sphere. Solid sphere means charges are inside this three-dimensional thing. Charges are outside also this three-dimensional thing. Okay, they are everywhere. Inside, outside, everywhere. Okay, I want to find out the electric potential due to this solid sphere at this point P. What is it going to be? Okay, you remember we did Gauss law. You remember, everyone remembers Gauss's law. What we found out, electric field at a point outside the solid sphere to be KQ by R square. You remember?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. If you don't remember, please go through the notes. If you all are taking down notes, that's also okay. So E out is equal to KQ by R square. I know the electric field intensity at a point P outside the solid sphere is equal to KQ by R square. Now, of course, don't by heart this. If you keep deriving it, it will automatically come in your mind. You don't need to by heart. KQ by R square. And so if I want to find out the potential, I can just say that dV is equal to what? Minus E dot dr. I can substitute that value over here. Am I right? It's going to be minus KQ by R square into dr. Am I right? KQ by R square into dr. So I will just rub this. Okay, I'll just write it again. What I'm going to get? dV is equal to minus KQ by R square into dr. So now, if I have to find out V, I have to integrate dV. And that is what? Integration of KQ by R square dr. Now tell me what are going to be the limits? What are going to be the limits? No answers. Please, quickly, anything you say, at least I'll know you're listening. No limits. What are going to be the limits? Is it a very difficult? Huh? What are you saying? Your voice is not clear.
0 to capital R.
Okay, 0 to capital R. Okay, that means you're trying to, capital R, 0 to capital R. Oh, you're taking it from here to here. No. I want to find out the electric field, potential at this point V. Okay. You remember the definition which I told you regarding 2 points? You know, there were 2 points like this. And this is, I said, this is Q and this is Q naught. And basically this is the electrostatic force, right? I wanted to get this Q naught close to this Q, so I applied an external force. You remember this? Everyone
Yes,
remembers
sir.
this? Yeah. So from where is this Q naught coming? I had taken what reference? You remember? I had taken this test charge to be at infinity, no? Infinity, and I was bringing it near this. You remember? So the same thing over here. When you are trying to find out the potential at any point outside the solid sphere, you are trying to find out the potential, and potential you have to basically take a reference point. Okay, I am taking this test charge, but I brought it from where? I brought it from infinity. And I'm taking it till which point? I'm taking it till the point where the distance between these two is what? Smaller.
0.
Small.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
no. Yeah, smaller, no? I brought it at what distance? R from the center of the sphere, right? See, whenever you're calculating potential, limits are to be thought as like this, that you are bringing this point, this charge over here, this is a test charge, okay? You are bringing this from where? That you have to mention. So I am bringing it from infinity. I'm bringing it from infinity to what point? To a point where the distance between the solid sphere, center of the solid sphere, and the point P is what? Smaller. Is this clear? Any doubt? Okay. And so if the, okay, let me just say, V is what? V is proportional to what? 1 upon R square, no? 1 upon R square, inversely proportional to 1 upon R square. Am I right? If I make R infinity, what it will become? What will V become?
0.
So if I take this infinity over here, what is going to be the limit at this point? Zero.
Yes, sir.
And if I am bringing it at a certain distance R, it is going to be some potential V. Okay. I hope everyone is understanding. If you are not understanding, let me know. Okay. So I'll just rub this thing because it's eating a lot of space. And so I can just write that V is equal to what? It is integration of, integration from 0 to a certain distance, certain potential V, okay, which is from a distance of infinity to a certain distance R, negative of KQ by R square into dr. What is going to be the integration now of 1 minute? Before that, what are the constants? Tell me fast, there's no time. Okay, I'm removing minus, I remove KQ outside, I get infinity, I get R, I get 1 upon R square. What is the integration of 1 upon R square? Minus 1 by R.
Yes, sir.
And the limits are from infinity to R. That is going to give me what? Minus KQ upon this minus and minus will become plus. Am I right? There is a minus here.
KQ by R.
KQ by R. Yeah. So this is the potential. This is the potential at a point outside the solid sphere at a distance of R. At a distance of R. Is this clear? Do you want me to repeat this? Anyone? Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If you have any doubt, please let me know in the chat. That's what I'm saying. Because then at least I know what to cover in the offline classes. You can make the bases more strong. So if I take this and I put a point P, I'm just explaining the limit part again. Okay, since there is no time, I think it's going to close down. Always remember when you are going to find out the potential at a point P outside any object, you are bringing this point P from a certain infinity to a certain distance. Is this clear? Keep this in mind. Okay?
Yes,
Is this
sir.
clear? And so a potential at point P was equal to V is equal to KQ by R. Now you all try to find out the potential at a point which is inside the sphere.